There are many ordinary citizens among us who are helping to bridge the gap between homelessness and being housed. Bishop Dr. Michael Smith and his wife, Reverend Paulette Smith, are two such persons, and they're on a mission to make a change. They join us this morning to share their story on working with and for the homeless community. Good morning, Bishop. How are you?
Good morning, Daly. I'm good.
She's not at the end. I'm going to pull her in so people can see.
Okay.
Mrs. Smith.
All right.
My producer met you while she was doing a documentary on homeless people in Jamaica. And
that's right.
your story is an interesting one. First of all, you brought home someone who was homeless. Why?
Well, let me start at the beginning quickly.
Yes.
Our ministry started about 14 years ago. And we started at the St. Andrew Technical High School auditorium, keeping church services. And one of the things that was on our heart was to help the poor. And so after church, we would go out, like downtown, to parade and right by the courthouse there where, you know, the homeless people are, and we would feed them. Mm-hmm. And so out of this, we met a young man whose name was Nehemiah. Mm-hmm. And over time, feeding him, a relationship developed. And I asked him, I said, because he was very intelligent, spoke well, and I wondered, how did he end up on the streets? And so I asked him, and he told me that he had this good job, lost his job, and everything went downhill from there. And I realized, but for the grace of God, there goes I. So it could happen to any one of us.
Absolutely.
And so that is what inspired us to start the shelter. Over the time, we developed this relationship, and he started to attend our church. And then one day he told me that he was sleeping on the road because he was at the drop-in center. Mm-hmm. I believe that was somewhere on Windward Road. But he couldn't get in every night. And so this particular night when he couldn't get in, he had to sleep on the street. And a scorpion bit him on his, can I say this, penis?
Well, I said it.
I just said it.
Yes.
Yeah. And it got infected. Mm-hmm. And the long story short, he had to have a penectomy. Now, it's first I was hearing about this, but you can understand what that entails. Yes. And so we had to have this operation. He didn't have the money, and it was life-threatening. And so we decided that we would pay for his surgery and his doctor's bill and medication. And he was so grateful that he started to attend church, starting to help us clean the church and come to church. He would walk from where he was, Windward Road, to church on a Saturday to help us clean, and then back on a Sunday for service.
Wow.
And eventually he said he wants to get baptized. Mm-hmm. And so we said, well, great. That, we used to live in Portmore at the time. And so we said, all right, meet us downtown. We'll come and pick you up, take you and get baptized, and then go to church. He said, fine. And so one morning, early Sunday morning, we went downtown. There he was waiting because we were wondering, I wonder if he's really going to come or not. But he was there, ready. And so we took him up to Cane River, baptized him. But it was too early for church. And so we decided to go back home.
And take him with you.
And have breakfast, yeah. Mm-hmm. So he was with us. So we said, well, Nehemiah, will you come? And he said, yeah. And so we went, sat down and set a place for him. Mm-hmm. And we were having breakfast. But I realized that while we were eating, he wasn't eating. He was crying. Mm-hmm. And so I said, well, it's either two things. Maybe these are tears of joy because he just got baptized, or he didn't like my wife's cooking.
And you know your wife can't cook.
Very well. and so I said, Nehemiah, what's wrong? You're not eating. He said, Pastor, I can't believe, this is the words, and this really touched me. He said, I can't believe you brought me to your house, and I'm sitting in your house having breakfast. Why would you do something like this for somebody like me? I'm a homeless street. And it really I started to cry. Mm-hmm. And I don't cry easily. And
so he's been with you. Tell me about what's happening with him now.
Well, long story short, after a while we didn't see him. And I was sitting in my office one day and I got a call. And the person on the other end, it was a female. She said, "You don't," she said, "Is this Pastor Smith?" I said, "Yes." She said, "You don't know me, but I'm Nehemiah's sister." And I said, "Oh, I haven't seen him in a while. How is he doing that now?" She said, "Well, unfortunately, he passed away."
Wow.
And I said, "Really?" And she said, "Yes, but one of his last dying wishes was for me to call Pastor Smith." She said, "He spoke so much about you, and he said, when I die, make sure
You call him.
you call him."
So, Pastor, I'm sure that must have impacted you, which is why you're doing what you're doing now. You sold your house. You sold your house.
Oh, yeah.
To get this property,
Yeah.
which houses your ministry, but also you're constructing a homeless shelter.
That's right.
Tell me about that.
All right. And so, based on this, because had we had place to house Nehemiah, we would have, and others have come, but we didn't have the facility. And so I said, you know what? I think we need to build a shelter.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any money. And so we had a fundraiser, and we raised a little money, but it was just enough to dig the foundation. And so I said, well, let's dig the foundation. And so when the foundation was finished, we said, well, we don't know what we're going to do. But I said to myself, if it's God's will, then it's his bill. And so, over time, people begin to hear about it. And at this point, I must say that Garco Construction Company, Mr. Rowan Grant, CEO, they have come on board, partnered with us. They have done so much work at such a discounted cost, even some free, and to get it to where it is.
We have to go, Bishop, but for people who are watching and they want to support you, or they want to assist in getting the shelter up, what do they do?
They can call us. Our number is 876-371-5324, or WhatsApp. It's a WhatsApp number. They can email us at kingdomseekersministries@yahoo.com, or they can drop by 177 Spanish Town Road.
Yeah.
Come and see us. And if the Lord is leading you, partner with us. We'll tell you what you need to do to partner with us. Quickly, I know we're out of time.
Yes.
But can I just say that the Logos ship heard about us, and they're on board partnering with us as well to get the job done. And so it's just been fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful to meet you. And bless you and Mrs. for the work that you continue to do. And anyone that can assist them, please, Bishop Dr. Michael Smith, sharing his powerful story and helping the homeless. The conversation on charity continues with Empress, who is going to introduce us to handbags and helping hearts. What's happening over there, Empress?